What's going on? I hope you're happy, healthy, doing the things you love doing with those you love doing it with. I'm now about to give you a reading. Let's get into the meat and bones of your reading. Before I start, I need you to like, comment, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. And if you're interested in getting a paid service, such as readings, forecasts, rituals, all you got to do is drop me a DM on Sorcerer X, that's on Instagram and on TikTok. DM me clarity, let me know your situation. Alternatively, you can click the link in the description that will take you to my website. Or if you've got no other ways of doing so, you can always email me. That's also in my description. All right, let's get into the reading and let's see what Spirit has to say. So what I'm seeing right now is letting you know that you've had some past disappointments. Yes, you've had numerous past disappointments, and that may have been a situation where you felt like there weren't any options, right? And you may even felt like you had to go through a bit of a tough time, even pushed you towards a certain energy, a bit of victimhood, a bit of why me, right? Now, what Spirit's saying right now is don't put any more power into that. Stop right now. Stop right now. You got the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is also letting you know that this is the worst you'll ever feel. This is a time that rather than we look within ourselves full of sorrow and, we may have self-pity. That's something that emotions, they do run high, especially when it comes to thoughts, especially when it comes to missed opportunities. You've got to have to change that mindset. Now, Spirit's saying right now is you need to evaluate how you view things. The moment you view things is the moment, let me say that again. The moment you view things is the moment that your perception of things will change. The perspective is actually going to be more broader because it changes the mindset that you're limiting yourself to the idea that perhaps it's a situation where you may have felt as if you're not good enough. That it's a emotion that you've allowed rejection to come over towards you and that you've succumbed towards that energy. And now what Spirit's saying that during the matter of a crisis, don't see this as a crisis. See this as a voice of change and see this as a life lesson that you're not going to get everything that you want. But if you assume that everything will change for the better, naturally it will. Because it will change for the better. That's if you assume it, the law of assumption. Now, what I'm seeing right now is the fundamental changes that you need to do will be needs to be done instant, shall I say. So the idea of it being a situation where you're saying, okay, enough's enough. I'm not going to feel this way, right? If you change that energy, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, any type of long-term thoughts or ideas dramatically changes because your present changes the present thoughts, your mindset, even your perspective will change an avalanche of energy towards what's happening in your future. It almost feels like, well, it is. Spirit's saying this is a actual ceremony for you to change, and this is your way of saying that I accept, I claim, I am a person that's not going to allow myself to fall into the cycles that I was before. Now, what's coming towards these changes is a newfound purpose. I also see that this is very encouraging for somebody that really wants to show themselves, not to prove anyone else, but to show themselves that you are different towards who you was. And this is also a time that you have now reached a point where, despite, let's say you've gone through a period of darkness, maybe the light hasn't been in your essence somewhere that you could see. But guess what? Something's changed, even in the darkness, even in an isolated room, even when you have been down and you've not had any optimism. There's something that changes. And that is the idea that you have no fear whatsoever. And that having no fear and just living your life, going out there and saying that I'm ready for change itself is the personal activations towards major transformations in your life. Now, Spirit's saying everything starts with the mind. And that's why when your mind is set, you are ready to create the reality that you want. Now, this is what changes your energy. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is air sign. It's an air sign energy, right? So it's all to do with the mind and your thoughts and how the reality can shift by you having a different perspective within your life. Now, what I like is what's coming towards you is your ability to know how to win. Now, the ability for you to win is overcoming whatever you had to deal with, the rejections, the defeats, the times where you felt like you were not good enough. Guess what? You're going to say that you are more than good enough. You're more than capable. You are absolutely in an area where you are wanted, that you have the capabilities. So by having that is the activation that's needed for now and for the future. The Sun card is about the rebirth, the changing of structures. It's a powerful element if you're deciding to change your identity. Changing your identity means that you're changing the frequency. Changing the frequency means that the outcome changes, and therefore that there is a likelihood that there are more celebrations. Now, I'm seeing the changes from now to the next month going forward. And I feel like the changes is something that I see within yourself within the next 4 weeks. So from now, from when you see this video, for 4 weeks, you'll see a dramatic change in your life. You'll start to have a better mindset about things. The perspective about you in terms of how you deal with lessons rather than losses are going to be one of the major benefactors towards why you're going to create a momentum. Now, this is an energy of growth. This is an energy of love. This is an energy of understanding that it's okay to feel certain ways. It's okay to feel your emotions. Do not avoid. Do not become avoidant. Internalize and alchemize. Now, the Temperance card itself is the energy that you're healing, but you're also trusting the process, and that you're being guided by your guides to go through this period, where this period feels very much so a cycle that you're breaking and a new page that you are creating. Now, the area of inspiration, the area of wanting to start something fresh and new, it's there. This is the opportunity that you solely want. And don't be afraid to branch out, reach out, speak, talk. You create your own luck. I'm hearing that my guides are saying that you have periods where you don't want to say much about certain things, about your situation. Talk to your friends. Talk to just people that you feel like you're aligned to. You create your own luck. The people that you know, they know a thing or two. And those things that are a thing or two are going to be the things that will open a new opportunity for you. Closed mouths don't get fed. All right? You've got to open your mouth in order to see what's being said or receive messages. That's the aim of the game. That's what Spirit's saying. Right. If this resonates and you need guidance, I do paid services such as readings, forecasts, rituals. All you got to do is DM me clarity on Instagram or on TikTok. That's on Sorcerer X. You can click the link in my description. That will take you to my website. Alternatively, you can email me. My email's in the description. And that was your reading. And I'm the Sorcerer. Take care.